Yeah. I'm here. Hang on. I'll be right with you. All right, welcome into the Eric Zane Show podcast. Broadcasting live from the Impact Power Stereo FM Power Sports Studio. Impact Power Sports. So if you want the type of thing that you can cruise around when you're up north, maybe through the mud, a side-by-side perhaps, those look like so much fun. Holy cow. You go to Impact Power Sports, that's where all the kids are going there. Impact Power Sports, MI.com. You can shop online. You can check out an e-bike, a motorcycle, side-by-side, four-wheeler, snowmobile, zero-turn, lawnmower, if you will. List goes on and on. They support me, and I love them. So thank you so much to them. Go say hello. I love them as long as the check's cash. Kidding. They're great. Big Fraud Thursday in the books last night. It was a damn good time. Ben telling us, it's weird, Ben describing to us how badly he bombed doing comedy on Tuesday. And Linda came up with the idea, short fuse Linda, you need to run your jokes by us on a Big Fraud Thursday or Wednesday or whatever before you tell them out in public. We are your test group. And I'm like, yeah, that's a great idea. Because, I mean, I've heard Ben do stand-up because we played a couple clips from the Bomedy podcast, which featured him on stage. We were playing clips of him playing clips of him doing stand-up. I'm like, this is funny. The crowd loves you in these clips. Do that. Wash, wince. Yeah, well, wince. Wash, wince, repeat. My God. I go, you got to figure out your niche. And then write. Sit down, focus, write. And it's going to start slowly, but keep writing. A lot of times these comics, they'll come up with an idea for a bit, like at the oddest times. Whatever, mowing the lawn. Stop the mower, get out the note taker, write the idea down, put it back in your pocket, and boom. Maureen says we need to go to one of Ben's shows and support him. Yeah, he needs that. He absolutely needs that. Linda with this. She says Ben succeeds when he's being self-deprecating. People root for him. Yeah, that's part of it. But of course, that can't be his only thing. He's got to have a couple of, directions to take it. But he's actually thinking about hanging it up. We can't have that. Next week, Wednesday now. This is good news for our very own Megan, who probably isn't even in here yet. We'll do a Big Fraud Wednesday because it turns out that Thursday does not work for Ben. So we're going to do it on Wednesday. And that actually works out better if you think about it, because if we're in here fucking around on a Thursday and kids are banging on the door for Halloween, I want to trick or treat with my grandkids too, so that probably makes more sense. So we'll do it on a Wednesday. And on that Wednesday, our very own Jimmy in Portland, Maine, has made a new feature film. That's a short, actually, called Blood Moon 2. We covered Blood Moon 1 on this podcast. We're going to review Blood Moon 2 next week, Wednesday. And we're going to do a bang-up job doing it. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to clip it, all the best parts, set it up, and we're going to take you through Blood Moon. We'll also include a way for you to watch it on your own. And included with Jimmy will be the other star of Blood Moon, his cousin Paul. Ryan writes, Blood Moon 1 was tremendous. Oh, there's no doubt. We have been completely blessed to have, some great filmmakers make films over the years. Scorsese, Christopher Nolan, my God, Quentin Tarantino, Jimmy. Megan says, is there a dress code? Is this the type of thing that we would all have to be in a costume? I get free beer. I would get to dress up like free beer. That would be so much fun to dress up like free beer. I'd have to go to like the costume shop next to, what do you call it? King's Room Barbershop. And get one of those make you bald things that's skin tight. I'll be completely bald with a little bit of hair on it and stupid glasses. Kenny says that he'll dress up as an ugly middle-aged fat guy. Knock it off. By the way, you were not with us yesterday on a Big Fraud Thursday, and we had a lot of updates about audience members who are dating, and you would have been perfect for that. But we missed you. He writes, yesterday was a day. Oh, buddy, I'm sorry. I do have a little bit of news for today. I have to be out of town by 2 p.m. because I have to be in Detroit for Who Are These Podcasts? And I'm not yet done preparing all of the clips I need for Who Are These Podcasts? And I have some more arts and crafts that I have to do here. Basically, I've got too much to do and not enough time. So when this podcast finishes, and I don't think I'll go the full 2 hours today. I'm just letting you know in advance because I just don't have the time. In addition to that, on Patreon, publishing in 46 minutes will be something to listen to while I'm away. That takes us to the end of March 31st, 2010. I'm excited for that, to actually listen to it. Because there's some great things on it. Let's see. What is on that show? Okay, while I'm away. Well, shit, I thought I had it. I guess I don't. Well, anyway, I did set it up to be published at 10 a.m., and it will be published. But so you can check that out and have some fun with that if you want to listen back to that time frame. That is what I'm posting as opposed to the Patreon bonus today because I am so short on time. But nevertheless, we continue on. An update on my apparent love for the disease polio. Probably my worst hour in the 7 months and 7 days that I've been on Q100. I have my own email account. About a week and a half ago, as I talked about yesterday, I got an email saying, okay, the Rotary Club is doing a charity ride despite the cold temperatures on motorcycle through the northern parts of Michigan, raising money for, sick kids or something like that. Yeah, that's a good thing. Every hour of the day, that would be the 24th, yesterday, Jocks put the lead Rotarian, like the grand poobah. He's all set, wired up, ready to talk to us for an hour about how you can help. Cheer him on from small town to small town. Drop a little money in the hat, help the Rotarians. They're trying to end polio, which I guess the reason why it's back is because stupid people haven't gotten their kids vaccinated for polio. You know how it's been. Because morons who did not get the COVID shot are also the same stupid fucks who also insist that all vaccines are bad for your kids. And as terrible as it sounds, that has allowed diseases like polio to get started up again, which is ridiculous. Something that was eradicated like 100 years ago. Ryan says these people want their children to live in an iron fucking lung. Bunch of fucks. So the Rotarians are doing their part. Now, all I have to do yesterday is pick up the phone, call them, say Q100 with Grand Poobah. Tell us about what's going on. Well, I'm driving right underneath the Mackinac Bridge, raising money for for polio to get kids polio vaccinated. Whatever. You know, it's a no-brainer. That's all I got to do. Well, the Rotarians called me yesterday right as the show's wrapping up. They go, hey, are we going to be on? I go, oh, yeah, sure. You got to call the studio after 10, and Joe Mama's going to put you on. Oh, okay. So they didn't indicate to me that they were pissed or that I had already had to put them on. That would have been wild. Instead, I hung up, and I called Joe Mama, and I said, hello, Joe. How are you? She says, I'm fine. I go, okay. Hey, the Rotarians just called. They're ready for you to call them and to kick off their broadcast day of Q100 supporting them. And there's a long pause. And she's like, well, that started at 6 a.m. I go, what are you talking about? Yeah, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. You were supposed to have them on. And I go, I was? She goes, Eric Zane. I sent you an email. Did you not see it? I go, She immediately goes to her sent box. She pulls it up in seconds. She says, I'm going to read to you what the email says, Eric Zane. I'm like, oh, God damn it. And I go, I don't doubt it, Joe. I don't doubt that you said that. I just didn't read it. I have no excuse. I have completely fumbled the ball. And she does a long pause. She cannot believe I am such a cement head. And I'm like, oh. It just felt like such disappointment. I'm like, no. Oh, come on. Man. Now, I have done this before, but not as with such large circumstances. Did you get my email? No, I didn't see it because I don't check too often. I just don't look at the emails, and I got into the habit of looking at them, but I fell out of the habit apparently. I know there's important shit on there. You gotta, if I'm gonna do this, I've got to, I gotta do this. This is embarrassing. That ends. I hang up after I've apologized, but I just have a feeling I'm going to hear more about this. Well, I then went about my day. And I had a full day yesterday. I podcasted all day. I took a nap. I did more podcasting at night. And kind of when I get done with the radio broadcast day at 10 a.m. or 9 a.m., that part of my day is done. So that phone call was my last contact with the radio station for the day. Because now I'm moving on to my next thing that I have to do. Kind of just the way I do it. The next time I will be checking in with the radio station, this is me yesterday, will be Friday morning. So that's today. And I sit down and I open up the email and It's 20 minutes after that phone call. And the boss of the radio station is Cheryl. She sends me an email 20 minutes after that phone call. She writes, "Why didn't I hear any of the Rotarians on the radio on the Insane Asylum?" She sent that right after the phone call, but I've moved on. All right. And now I'm guessing Joe Mama hung up with me, marched into the boss's office and said, "This dumb fuck," and explained what happened. And then she reaches out to me, and then I don't see that email. Half an hour goes by, and she writes me again, and it says, "Eric," with a question mark. "Hello?" And I'm like, oh. So this is today now I'm getting all this. I'm like, oh, boy. This is not great. So I just laid it on the line. I hit reply, and I said, "I am so sorry about this. I completely dropped the ball. You have my sincerest apologies." And then that's it. Now, I'm probably not going to see the response to that until Monday when I sit down to do the Insane Asylum. It's just the way I do it. Now, if anything really major comes in, I'm going to miss it unless they text me. So there's that. But also, in addition to the email that I missed about polio, there was another email that I did see. And it was like a kind of like a, hey, we've got a big event coming up. It's another charity thing. Station's very big in charity. Linda says, "Can you get Q100 emails set up on your phone?" Probably. Very easily. But this is more fun. We got an email that said, all right, there's a charity poker run or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what it was. And it's coming up on Saturday, December 8th, or Sunday, December 8th at like 8 a.m. Now, I saw that and kind of went, and there's kind of like, all right, who's going to be there? Let's get some volunteers from the radio station to be there and do some charitable goodwill. And in my brain, I was like, nope, I'm not doing that. It's a Sunday. It's going to be really difficult for me to get up there. So I ignored that. It's not like they were asking me directly. They were asking the group. But I didn't respond. Well, the boss who said, EZ, what about the fucking Rotarians? Why didn't you? She then resends the one about the poker run. So this is a totally new topic and perfect opportunity for her to write this because she wrote, Eric, this will be a great opportunity for you to meet Q100 listeners. And this will be awesome for you. Now, because of what I've put them through with my stupidity, I immediately hit reply and went, you betcha. I'm going to be there with bells on Sunday, December 8th. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I can't wait. Sign me up. I even put it in on the calendar. So it worked out. Mama Bear reaching out about this. Now's the perfect opportunity for me to try to correct. And it was just an oversight. I would never do anything intentional to these sweet people. I love them all very much. I guess it would make sense for me to put it on my phone, but I haven't yet done it. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that because I feel like these poor folks are like God damn it. What have we gotten ourselves into with this imbecile? I'm not even sure what the event is, frankly, with the big poker run. It has to do with Toys for Tots. Let's see. You're receiving this email because you're on the list of local celebs who have previously participated in our Toys for Tots poker tournament. Oh, okay. I thought it was a poker run. Okay, and it's at the casino. It's at Odawa Casino in Petoskey. I'm reaching out to see if this is something you'd be interested in participating in again. This year's tournament, Sunday, December 8th. Now, I said 8 a.m. That is incorrect. It's at 1 p.m. The rules are generally the same as last year, and most of you are very familiar with the process. We need confirmation. Blah, blah. Well, obviously, I confirmed. So I'll be there. I will be at the casino on Sunday, October 8th, for a 1 p.m. poker tournament. I don't know how to play poker, but I'll be there. Great opportunity, Easy. All right. Man, did I feel bad about that. Today, for Who Are These Podcasts, it's going to be Jocktober. Jocktober is Carl reviews radio shows. Carl stole the idea from Opie and Anthony. On the radio, they used to listen to radio shows and make fun of them. In fact, Opie and Anthony made fun of the Free Beer and Hot Wings show way back when. I remember I was so nervous about that. I found out after the fact. Jocktober, Free Beer and Hot Wings, Opie and Anthony. I don't even know if I can find it. Let's see.
Well, I got to go now.
Let's see. Okay, here we go.
Do that all the time. They're coming from Fox, which is right across the street.
Uh-huh.
And by the time they would come down 6th Avenue, it's like we're waiting for these people to, to come up here.
Right. They could have walked.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he's going
Another amazing story by Danny.
Yeah, I love him.
My God, he just gives and gives.
I'm
like
chock
the
full
Elvis
of them.
channel.
He just gives and gives.
I was talking to my daughter yesterday, and she said she heard from your sister. She said she was in. She said Dawn was in the store.
They work for the same company. Who knew that?
Fucking fast.
Isn't that just
It's like we're related.
Oh, they're not?
It's free beer. And Jimmy's not going across the street. He's going several blocks away, so he got a car service.
Oh, maybe because he's doing the TV also. You should have given him a not Sam shirt to wear on TV.
Okay, Jimmy Norton was doing publicity.
Wipe his ass with it and leave it here?
What's the first channel he's talking to?
I'm not going to tell you. You don't want to know what show it is.
Why?
Because it's Free Beer and Hot Wings.
So?
Made fun of them multiple times in the past.
Have we?
Whatever.
I don't recall that at all.
E-Rock?
Yeah, they're not fans.
Oh, they're not?
Why? Where'd it go wrong?
A while ago. I've heard them say things.
Where'd it go wrong?
Oh, you've heard him say things.
Yeah.
So they started shit with us out of nowhere? What the fuck?
Well, I don't know if that was the case, but
Where did it all go wrong?
Maybe we
when we
thought it was
discovered
silly
them.
to have the name Free Beer and Hot Wings.
that was probably a consultant's job.
That their actual names on the air. It's like, hey, Free Beer.
That's
How you doing, Hot Wings?
Who doesn't love free beer and hot
Right.
wings?
Who doesn't love Free Beer and Hot Wings? So they figured if they named themselves that.
Let's build a bridge today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So build a bridge with them and also with Lewis and Floor
I want to call myself Floor Wax.
He's
I
been
want to call
around
myself
forever.
Sloppy Ass Sex. Because who doesn't like sloppy ass sex?
No one that I've met.
The Floor Wax dude's been around for a while.
Yeah.
I know
Floor
that.
Wax.
Yeah, he does a show with Lewis. Lewis and Floor Wax.
Why would you call yourself Floor Wax, though?
I don't know.
That's a silly radio name.
Well, I'm Opie, so I got
Nah, but you were that before you even got into radio.
12.
You were like, that was your name as a kid.
Yes.
So you grow up with it. I'm sure you're calling him that.
Kelly. MG. And then they
instead of Zane and everything.
kind of toned him down and made him MG Kelly.
Oh, because machine guns are very... because machine guns are...
Machine Gun Kelly.
That's not
a great
politically
name.
correct.
That's a great name.
Oh, we're ready to go to Jimmy?
I'm Machine Gun Kelly.
Rumor has it we might be getting Jimmy time.
Oh, yeah?
Very optimistic. There's a decent chance that Dumber Than Zane trivia gets played
Is this
tomorrow
Hot
when
Wings?
we're live and Joe plays instead of Zane and everything gets all stupid.
Is this free beer and hot
This
wings?
is all going to be weird. Jim Norton will join us at the top of the hour. Lewis Black, an hour
of the
from now.
hour.
Yeah.
Hang on
Fantasy
one sec.
football is back.
Top
and
of the hour.
DraftKings.com is celebrating with millions.
That's okay.
In cash prizes.
We're going to get our
DraftKings,
stuff together a little bit. Are we getting him a cake tomorrow?
They were very
Right.
nice.
It's another buying time.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, dude?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on,
Hi,
dude? Thanks for
Jimmy.
coming on.
Jimmy, it's
Hi.
us. Hi.
Jimmy!
Hey, can you hear me, Jimmy?
I'm
Jim!
happy to be on the show.
Yeah, we got a message from Jimmy's people because he's got this
All right,
Epics
first
comedy.
Jimmy's on another radio show.
Sexual liaison.
I mean-
special purpose for her mouth.
More is that more than going to work?
Put your face. Makes a little more sense. It's fairly graphic.
Is especially and I so
To be honest, you know,
Is it up good? But it's
Okay, so he's
Obviously,
doing a
we'll
radio
talk about
tour.
the special coming up tomorrow night on Epix TV. But you did something recently, and I've always thought you were really funny, but I was so impressed by this. And that last had said there was no room and never the right time to make a funny rape joke, that it was always inappropriate. And she had just the very point of someone saying, okay, well, I'll be the guy who's pro-rape joke, which sounds terrible.
Right.
But you went on there, and boy, you handled yourself so well. It was really impressive, and I wanted to
thanks,
congratulate
man.
you.
Look at
You know
that.
what it is? It's weird. It's like it's so easy to go on and yell at each other, and all these news pundits do it. And you ever watch a talking head show? It's just one guy's liberal, one guy's conservative. Blah, blah, blah. What about the Congress? Blah, blah, blah.
Right, yeah.
I'm like, oh, this stinks. It's unwatchable. So I didn't want to get into a screaming match with her. And as a comic, it's not hard to defend doing whatever you want to do because you know how it is on the radio. If you do certain ethnicities, you get dumped out of, or you get in trouble, or
Right.
if you do certain subject matters, you get in trouble, and you just get sick of it after a while. So rape jokes. Hey, look, I know a lot of people aren't going to love them, but there's no way as a comedian I'm going to edit an entire piece of human behavior out of the possible arsenal of things I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, and for those who didn't see it, I know you can find it on, I'm guessing it's on YouTube. I saw it when Jim had tweeted it on Twitter, but I'm sure you can still find
By
it.
the way, I'll
Is
say
the
this. Our show and how we ran our show was excellent. It was very good. Bringing in top name guests like this, I mean, Jimmy's not exactly the biggest name, but he's pretty big. And Greg was excellent at interviewing people, without a doubt. Very good at that. I don't know why he has stopped doing this.
what was the show it was on? I'm
Oh,
sorry.
it's W. Kamau Bell.
That's right.
And he's on
If you
FX.
think about it, he's the only one that's spoken in this clip, and he's very good. He's very concise. He's sharp. This is a good interview.
And just say, Jim Norton rape, and that usually tends to come up. If it's not going to be my radio contract, it'll be my debate with him anyway.
Very funny.
But the point you made about it not being like other screaming talking head debates where they're not listening or whatever, this was an actual, like, the way it's drawn up debate, not like Lincoln Douglas or anything like that, but it was well done for both of you. And then you did something else afterwards where some of your fans or some fans of the radio show were going after her and tweeting terrible things about her, and then you went on Twitter and said, hey, you know what, that's totally against what I was trying to do. We're debating, what's okay for freedom of speech and for entertainment.
And I don't like to tell people what to say. Like, I'll never tell, like, Opie and Anthony fans or Jim Norton fans, hey, guys, don't. But it was almost like what they were saying
Yes,
is, hey,
you
I hope
will.
you get raped. And then people who are on Lindy's side would say, well, that strengthens the argument for rape culture.
Okay, I also know why this is a good interview, or how it's a good interview, because Opie and Anthony have nothing to make fun of. Nothing. This is excellent.
But it really doesn't, because what was happening is they were just rebelling against what they saw as an argument against free speech.
Yes.
Like, if she and I had been talking about drunk driving jokes, all those people would not have went on
they're
and said,
actually
get raped. They would have went on and said, I hope you're killed by a drunk driver. They were just taking the subject that we were discussing. They didn't agree with her, so they were trying to hurt her with that subject. But they would have done that with whatever the subject was. But I was like, she was nice, and I liked her personally, and I didn't want to see her getting attacked so badly for just expressing an opinion that a lot of people have.
Do you think she appreciated the respectful way you handled it?
I think so, and her boyfriend I actually liked too. Sent me a nice tweet and said, "Man, you've been really nice to this." And it was like, I didn't feel like I was doing anything special.
Is he a cuck?
When you debate somebody, if
Did
it's a
you
pleasant
fuck
debate,
her
you're
in
not
front of
supposed
him,
to go
Jimmy?
online and bash them after.
Why aren't these guys asking the
she was
pertinent
nice, and we had a
questions?
nice talk.
Come on.
The hard-hitting questions.
The only person in the country with this opinion, and if I am mean to her, then this opinion goes away. There's a lot of people that have this. I mean, how many own in his face?
Responsible.
Tweet like
That yesterday.
But when a black I appreciate it. Thank you. A little bit cut Netflix or anywhere else.
Always me.
Perfect. Follow Jim on Twitter at Jim Norton and JimNorton.com. Continued success. Thanks for joining us, Jim.
Hey guys, thanks a lot, man. You really you take good care of me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
I like how Matt says, "Hey Jimmy, what's in your fridge?"
That's great. I'm a huge fan.
Oh yeah, while you were discussing it, I followed him on Twitter just because I'd been meaning to do that.
Yeah. I like comedians like that. Even if I don't necessarily agree with them, their opinions are still based just in common sense.
Yeah.
You know, you got to do
crazy.
What, they're holding a grudge for something we said 5 years ago?
That's good.
On both sides. I mean,
that was good.
They drive me.
Right?
I don't care if they're liberal or conservative. They all.
Those guys sound good too, E-Rock.
Yeah.
We have no issue with them. They sound good.
That didn't sound like anything that would be Jocktober-ish or anything.
Right.
Well, I guess a lot has changed in 5 years.
Oh, 5 years ago. That's crazy.
What, they're holding a grudge for something we said 5 years ago? What the fuck's that about?
Damn.
Now you're getting mad at him.
Yeah, I like these guys.
Motherfuckers.
Fuck.
Why were they playing a music bed through the whole interview?
Were they? I didn't even notice.
No, we didn't.
That's, you know, you got to do that shit.
No, we didn't. What are you talking? Did you even listen, you fucking moron? You idiot. Fast forward. I was on Anthony's show. I hosted Anthony's show on Compound when he had his fucking heart attack. Carl and I did that. Anyway, that's a long way of me explaining to you. By the way, look at Darla. She's so damn cute. That's a long. Look at those eyes. Long way of me explaining to you that I'll be on with Carl hosting Who Are These Podcasts live tonight in Detroit. And I said to Carl, I go, who do you want me to roast? And he says, well, it's Jocktober. Why don't you roast Free Beer and Hot Wings again? I said, all right. If that's what you want, I absolutely can roast the Free Beer and Hot Wings show. So I'm going to play the clips that I have prepared for the Jocktober edition of Who Are These Podcasts? These are video clips you need to see. All right? Clip number 1. Now, when I'm explaining this show to the audience of Who Are These Podcasts, they don't really know the mannerisms and the tendencies of that show, so I have to kind of spell it out to them. All right? And the important thing that I need to spell out to the Who Are These Podcasts audience is that this is a radio show heard on 50 small markets throughout the U.S., all right, and primarily hard rock stations. The show basically just is one person tells a story, the next person tells a story about personal things, and it's insanely mundane and boring. Case in point, my clip number 1. Pay attention to how this peters out at the end. But the idea that what they're discussing is that Greg has new Christmas lights, and so does Steve. So they are discussing their new Christmas lights, and then it peters out, and Greg turns to the rest of the crew and gets annoyed because there's like a pause.
Rainbow. Yeah. And that point, the light show was on, and that the dad came up and he goes, "You just made my son's night."
Hell yeah.
It was pretty great. That was pretty fun.
Kids love lights. Kids are simple.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm simple too.
So
Everybody
I
loves
like it.
lights.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. There's a reason why Christmas lights are popular. Almost everyone likes them.
Evelyn's already got a plan for her birthday next year. She wants pink and purple lights on her birthday. I said, no problem. We'll do them the whole week.
Yeah, you can have them tomorrow if you want. I mean, you know.
She doesn't know that, though.
No. You want her to think it's real hard?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I'm hoping I might be able to finish mine today.
You think so?
Look at everybody's looking at their computers. No one even is paying attention to this shit.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I'm hoping I might be able to finish mine today.
You think so?
Might be able to.
Got some spare parts if you need it.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
You have to cut any?
Nope. Not so far.
Nice.
Good.
What else?
God.
Rainbow.
Wow. The way that ended. Jesus.
You have to cut any?
Nope. Not so far.
Nice.
Good.
What else?
Great. God damn. All right. So Greg gets annoyed. What else? All right. And then there's a big laugh. And then Maitland, she picks up the fumble and starts running down the field. This is not a good thing. All right, that's a bunch of, I don't know what the fuck that is. It's not supposed to be there. That's way annoying. I could have swore I had this goddamn clip ready to go. Hang on, I can still get it. Uh-huh. No, I don't have it. Shit, I suck. All right, that's okay. You get the idea.
I had fudge there. It was the Frankenmuth Fudge Company or something like that.
Okay.
So my roommate got some fudge. I didn't, because I don't like to buy like the big bricks of it, and then you've got it for weeks, and sometimes I just want a little nibble of some.
Shut the fuck up, okay? Shut the fuck up.
I had
So they went from Christmas lights to Maitland. Bought some fudge. Holy shit. All right. Tophus says, I feel awkward. That's so bad. David says, this is fucking awful. Tophus says, I mean, this is shit you would talk to your coworker about before you clock in at work. That's so true. Jeremy says, remember to make as many St. Gaslight jokes as possible, Easy. In case you don't know, St. Gaslight's uncle will be there. That's why Jeremy is saying that. St. Gaslight's uncle is Drew. I ran into Drew last year at this same event. I go, do you want to punch me in the face? Because he knows how hard I've been going. And Carl said he doesn't want to punch you in the face, but his sister does. Drew's sister. Drew's sister is Joe's mom. Her name is Nancy. I guess she wants to kick my ass because she's probably been convinced by that retard, St. Gaslight, that I'm like the devil. Well, they all can suck my dick for all I care. Holy shit. All right. I want to try to bring in, put in a random call to Rick from TC Paintball, which, by the way, somebody made a comment yesterday on the Patreon, the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. I talked to the former Mr. Kayla, Coleman Lutz. And I said, hey, Coleman, I want to talk to you and say hi to my buddy Ben there who's turning 16. And he goes, okay, great. And then the dog got in the way of the camera. And I don't remember the dog's name, but Coleman goes, get the fuck out of the way. And somebody wrote, uh-oh. Now Linda and Maureen, well, especially Linda, are going to want to lump Coleman in with dog abuser. I was like, oh, my God, this is the gift that keeps on giving. Let's see if we can get Rick on here.
Good morning, Eric Payne.
The patented surprise phone call works again.
It slides right in, doesn't it?
It just slides right in. I love it when you say that.
How's it going?
It's going very well. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I can't complain. I might, but I can't really.
Are you playing paintball this weekend?
I may. My knee's been in rough shape, but it's feeling a lot better this week. So I'm thinking about playing on Sunday.
You know why it's feeling better? It's because you're taking it easy.
That might be it. I've also been icing it day and night, and that's helped a ton. I think I fell off that a little bit, and it was feeling good, so I stopped doing that. And I think that's partially what led to my recent woes with it.
Okay, and then business as usual at TC Paintball. So you're going to be having people there playing paintball. You're going to be beating up Barley.
I won't beat up Barley this weekend. I got to go out of town for a wedding, so I'm going to be gone like tonight and tomorrow night, and then I'll be back on Sunday.
How close are we to getting a new baby dog?
So we go to World Cup the first week in November, and we've been looking at pictures, and you know how that goes. So I think right after World Cup, we're going to get pretty serious about it pretty fast.
All right. Have you always had two dogs?
No. I had a dog when I met my current wife, and as part of a tryout to see how good we were, she decided to get me a dog for my birthday. And so I got a puppy when I had an adult dog, and that worked so well because Basil learned all of Sage's mannerisms and discipline pretty fast. So we had Basil, and then we lost Sage. Basil was by herself for a little while, and then we got Barley. And the same thing kind of happened. Barley isn't quite as smart as Basil and Sage, but the same thing happened with mannerisms and discipline. She caught on really fast. So we will do the same thing and try to pay it forward that way.
Are you going to name the dog similarly?
Yes, absolutely. I love how that has been working out. So we'll keep that up.
So like it might be Thyme or Rosemary.
Thyme I've never considered, and now that you say that, I kind of like it. We have considered rosemary, coriander, oregano, pepper. We've considered all of those, and even olive. I like all those to a degree, but you know when you're like considering like a name for a kid or a dog and you kind of overplay it in your mind, I think I get to the point where I'm sick of it and think it's stupid sounding.
How about garlic salt?
That's interesting. Call it Gary for short. Or Garley. It'd be weird with Garley and Barley, though.
I'm looking at the comments right now.
Ooh, am I getting beat up?
Well, this is what I deal with.
Haters gonna hate.
And like Tofus wrote, I missed something. Did Rick beat up a dog?
Oh, no.
So now he asks that to the chat. And I've said it before, the people who have said this about you, that's completely not true. Okay? But Tofus asked, and Maureen now is slandering you, or I guess libeling you, by saying, yes, he has beaten dogs. He beats them into submission, she says.
I should log in because I'm assuming there's the peanut gallery is probably supporting her in some way.
Well, let's see. Chris says he's a notorious dog beater, but it's coming from Chris, so I think he's being facetious. Okay.
You got to read the sarcasm sometimes, yeah.
And then Linda says we're not the only ones in the chat commenting on this. I don't see any other ones. So now they're all ganging up on you.
Well, I guess that's...
And I'm here to say that you have never beaten a dog before.
I've never beaten a kid. I whipped a dog's ass when it's needed it. Well, I don't know if I call it beating, though. When I hear beating, I think abuse. And I don't abuse a dog. You know, I discipline dogs and children.
Oh man, I kind of wish you didn't say that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a clip, or at least create angry individuals.
I was trying to help you sidestep this, but then you said that. God damn it!
I mean, what are you going to do?
Oh no, I'm so trying to bridge this all. You know, piece this together in some way, and then you fucking do that.
I bet there's some keyboard keys chattering away.
They're killing you. They want to beat your ass. And you know what? At this point, I have to let you go. I have to let you fly out of the nest.
Oh, no. I was cut loose. Talk to you soon.
No. I don't mean hang up on the phone call. Just, I've been trying so hard. I've been working so hard trying to keep this together. Holy shit. Oh, no. But, all right. Well, nevertheless, I don't even know what to say now. Go Lions. Go Lions. I don't know. What is there? I have no way to actually end this.
What are you going to do?
All right. I love you.
Talk to you soon.
See ya. That was that's what you call a double down. That was a double down. Boy, this is let me start from the top here. Chris says, yeah, I don't believe that. This is when it was all unfolding in front of our ears. Joe Martinez says, Rick, who cares? Cole writes, he beat up a kid and no one cares, but when a dog was mentioned, people lost their mind. Well, there's an old rule. The first, you don't ever, like pets is the number one thing that really gets people going. One dog assault, you can get away with 10 baby assaults. It's a formula. Linda wrote, there you fucking go. Stevie says, gross. Linda says, God damn him. Chris goes, oh, Rick. Matt writes, careful, he already beats kids and dogs. Ladies are next on the list. Come on. Maureen wrote, see? Stevie says, you lost me, Rick. Rebecca says, that's not helping his case. Tophus says, yeah, that's not great. Linda says, shut the fuck up, asshole. Stevie says, asshole of the day. Linda says, asshole of the goddamn year. Chris says, read the room, Rick. Ryan says, Rick isn't the enemy. Focus your hate on Trump, the Hitler-loving fascist. I don't think that's going to work here. I think right now, based on the audience responses, if the audience had to choose between Trump and Rick, they're going to pick Trump. Linda says, I swear to God, I will kick his ass if I ever see him. We fucking told you, all caps, red face. Oh, boy. Maureen says, you cannot deny it now. Eric, when someone tells us who they are twice, you must believe them. Oh, my God. I had this. This was so perfect. I had this so contained. I had worked tirelessly for containment. Did you see my face? I went, oh, don't do it. God damn you. Oh. This is a PR nightmare. This is an absolute PR nightmare. Holy shit. All right. Remember when I said it's going to be an abbreviated show? It's a perfect opportunity to wrap it up. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Love ya. You guys are the best. Right. I will be back with you coming up on Monday. The Eric Zane Show podcast. God, I can't even get my theme. The fucking train is so off the tracks. I'm just going to kill it. See you, folks. Bye-bye. Oh, my God. Don't forget Asshole of the Day. Holy shit. Rick made Easy cancel himself. God. Well, I was going to do a short show anyway. Because I got shit to do. Rick, come on, man. Fuck, dude. Yeah, I hope you understand, Rick, that if I don't make you asshole of the day, I'm dead. My ass is already kicked. So close to having as much damage control as possible. I mean, it was going to be just a hand grenade. And now it's Hiroshima. Rick has won a very rare thing. The coveted sponsor wins Asshole of the Day. And it's brought to you. Rick is Asshole of the Day, brought to you by Rick. Oh, my God. All right. I'll talk to you folks.